Be a quality assured. Go all Aldi while stocks last.
Change is the only constant in business. So whether you're starting or growing your business, our dedicated business teams will always be here to support you every step of the way. Because the best businesses never stop beginning. Search Bank of Ireland Business. Bank of Ireland. Begin. Bank of Ireland is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
Sunday evenings, classic tracks with Jean Curran.
And you're very welcome back. And the time is just gone 19:31 here on Highland Radio. And as promised at the beginning of the show, I said I would be talking to Rachel Kennedy, who is at the helm of the EastSide Arts Festival in Belfast that kicks off on the 25th of July. Rachel, you're very welcome and many thanks for joining me on the phone lines this evening.
Oh, thanks, Jean. It's lovely to join you. Thank you.
Well, it's across 11 days and there's 60 plus unique, accessible and inclusive events spread across East Belfast, according to the advertisement. And tell us a little bit about it. Has it been going on for long, this festival, Rachel?
Sure. Yeah. So the EastSide Arts Festival was it was thought up, really. It was devised by a group of people that were really interested in the arts in East Belfast more than 10 years ago now. I think we're maybe into our 13th edition this year. So we're talking back in maybe 2011, 2012. And some like-minded people all had the idea that East Belfast didn't really have a huge amount to offer in terms of arts and culture, and that it would be really great to have a festival. And so the East Belfast Arts Festival, as it was then, was born, and it soon became the EastSide Arts Festival, and it came under the umbrella of the EastSide Partnership. And we're a regeneration charity that has been working towards the mission of making East Belfast a better place for more than 25 years now, probably closer to 30 years at this point.
And I see from what the literature that Rachel Harriet sent me that there is a packed programme, and there's literature, there's music, there's family events, there's comedy, and there's just something for everybody there, Rachel.
There is. So what we hope to do with the EastSide Arts Festival is we want to celebrate East Belfast. That's really our mission. And it's a part of the city that historically was slightly overlooked in terms of cultural investment. But it doesn't mean that it's not an incredibly creative and actually East Belfast has a really, really rich cultural and arts heritage to it, and that's something that we like to use the festival to celebrate and to encourage people to come and explore the East, because there's so many hidden gems. There's a lot going on. It's a very creative, artistic kind of part of the city now, and it's really got something for everybody, we think, for kind of all ages and all tastes, and that's kind of the flavour of the part of the city that we try to reflect and represent and showcase through our annual festival.
And I see from the programme, as far as the literature is concerned, there's some new plays, there's the Whiskey Wars, and there's the Short Stories Writers Toolkit, and there's 3 paid days, a new play by Alice Mossy. So for theatre goers and people who love plays, there's certainly a lot there for them.
Yeah, there is. So Whiskey Wars is really fun. So it's a piece that is written and starring Joyce Greenaway, and Joyce, I think, has drawn on her own family history. So it's the story of a woman who's fighting to save her family distillery from ruin, and she's going to do it by crafting the perfect single malt. So it's really fun, and it's a bit of a roller coaster, emotional roller coaster. This show, it's about 70 minutes long, and we're hosting it in Titanic Distillers, which is a new distillery, relatively new distillery that's opened up down in the Titanic docks area of the city in East Belfast, and so you get to go and have a lovely cocktail on arrival, and then watch this brilliant show. So I know from having read all about it and heard all about it that this show is one that once you go once, you tend to go back again. So it's a really good story. And then 3 Paydays is actually very different. It's a piece that is about the fact that when you think about it, the majority of us are no more than 3 paid days away from homelessness, poverty, destitution, and that we all sort of live relatively precariously. But poverty is something that is still very prevalent across East Belfast. There are parts of the East that are incredibly rich and wealthy, but there are parts that are maybe 2-3 miles down the road from those more wealthy areas where poverty is rampant and destroying lives essentially. And this piece is an opportunity for us to all look at kind of the situation that we all live in, and how we're all to an extent involved in this situation, and what we can do to try to combat it. And it's by Alice Melcy, who's a local author, and directed by Paul McFettridge and produced by Kibosh Theatre Company.
Fantastic. And for those people who maybe would like to put pen to paper themselves, there's a workshop there, the Short Story Writer's Toolkit, on the Saturday. So that sounds interesting too, Rachel.
Yeah. So Jan Carson's a brilliant local writer from the East. She's just published a new novel, which is called Quickly While They Still Have Horses, a collection of short stories, sorry, not a novel, a short story collection. And so Jan is also a wonderful teacher. So she's delivering this workshop, which is all about how to craft your short story, what makes a great short story. And so she'll be teaching that. And then we've also actually at the end of the festival, on Saturday the 3rd of August, we've got a writing workshop with Olga Dermot-Bond and Katie Griffith, and they are both published by a Midlands press, but they're both Northern Irish writers, they're poets. They both have beautiful new collections out. So they're also delivering a writing workshop, which is on in the afternoon. And then that evening, there's going to be a reading and a Q&A with them about their work and about their writing and what inspires them and so on. So I think that would be really lovely to have that mixture of different sorts of literature running through the festival. As I said, we're trying to cater for lots of different tastes.
Mm-hmm. And as far as music's concerned as well, you're definitely catering for a lot of different tastes. You've got country music, you've got electronic music, you've got soul and funk, so all genres are catered for.
Yeah, we are opening and closing the festival, which is, as you said, it's across 11 days. So in our first weekend, we've got our big kind of dance night in CSO Square, which is a beautiful open-air square in East Belfast. And that's the Night Institute, along with Lil Louis, who's the founding father of House. So that's on Saturday the 27th in the square, and we're praying for sun for that one. And then on Friday the 2nd of August, we've got Jazzy B, and most folks may know Jazzy better as one of the founding members of Soul to Soul. So Jazzy is going to be delivering a DJ set for us in Banana Block, which is a living museum based in an old mill building, which is, again, in kind of inner city East Belfast, kind of hidden in plain sight, this incredible building, which has now been renovated and transformed into a brilliant kind of enclosed large space, which is just perfect for all sorts of music events and circus and all sorts of things can happen in that building. And we're using it for the Jazzy event on the Friday the night, and then on the Saturday we're going to have Curran Bartlett's comedy club. So Curran is a local comedian, and came and did a comedy club for us last year, and we were bung to the rafters. So this year we've put on 2 shows. So there's an early show and a late show, and that's on Saturday the 3rd. And again, it's a really fun and interesting and quirky space to visit in the East, Banana Block, and it's great to take the opportunity to maybe come and enjoy some comedy and see the space for yourself.
Fantastic. And as well as all what you've covered already, there are family events as well, maybe for the younger people, and for there's a park fest and there's a tumble circus as well. So
indeed,
something for everyone, Rachel.
Yeah, well, hopefully, and I mean, it matters just as well that we provide events that can bring the community together and bring people together and allow people in their families to enjoy themselves. So Parkfest is our annual family fun day. So we've got activities and performances and pop-ups for the whole family across 2 spaces in the East, which are joined by our Greenway, which is a wonderful kind of park and a path that rolls through East Belfast and joins the green and blue spaces. So loads of kind of games and environmental activities in Orangefield Park, Park. And then over in CS Smith Square that I mentioned before, we're going to have the kind of more creative and arts-based activities. And yeah, Tumble Circus is, as every part of the city should have, they are our local East Belfast international touring circus. And they're going to be doing a show for us, which is called Banjacks, which is 35 minutes of death-defying aerial hula hoops, duo trapeze, slapstick, and loads of crack. So again, they're just really good fun. That's going to be outdoors in Malone Rugby Club, and it's happening on Sunday, the 4th of August. So something at the start, first weekend, something in the second weekend for families to enjoy together.
Fantastic. So a jam-packed 11 days of entertainment. And for those people who would like to find out more information or maybe book tickets, where can they go to find that, Rachel?
So everything is available to buy on our website, and the address is eastsidearts.net. And for anybody that would prefer to buy their tickets by the phone, over the phone or in person, if you're in Belfast, then it's the Belfast Welcome Centre, and the number there is 9024 6609.
And I'm sure all those events just didn't be organised over a weekend. I'm sure there's been a while in the planning of that, Rachel.
Oh, you're right. We're no sooner finished one festival and then we're straight into planning the next one. So yeah, it probably takes about a year, almost a year, to put the festival together. So by the time it comes around, we're just really excited to see how it all goes.
Well, the very best of luck with it, and many, many thanks for taking time out to talk to us
Thank
here
you so
on
much.
Highland about the festival, and every success from the 25th and every success in the future as well, Rachel.
Thank you so much, Gina. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Tony the Plumber here. Can't actually make it till Tuesday, the 14th of November. Bye now.
You can't rely on everything, but you can rely on Vodafone Gigabit Fibre Broadband with smart Wi-Fi. Now only €30 a month for the first 6 months. Search Vodafone Broadband today.